Hello, this is the Channel 1 Newsroom, live from our studios at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tessano here in Accra. I am Charles Ozukumi. Coming up. Third-year student of Bawku Senior High School shot dead on campus, while 2 students of Nalerugu Senior High School also killed on their school grounds.
In fact, it is very, very disheartening, very sad to the whole family. All the Kundima family are mourning since last night. It is a very sad news to all Kundima family, to all the community as a whole.
Also coming up, tension brews in Tontokrom in the Ashanti region as long-standing dispute between community and Asanko gold mines deepens. Also in the bulletin, the passing of Charles Kojofosu, widely known as Daddy Lumba, sent shockwaves through the Asane family of Nsuta Amangwase, while the artist's management says it has received assurances from the presidency for a befitting burial.
My boss was being invited by His Excellency. It's everywhere. So I know the kind of love that the current president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has for the creative industry and the kind of relationship that he has with Daddy Lumba.
And caring for newborns grows increasingly difficult at Komfanochi Teaching Hospital as its NICU faces severe shortage of essential life-saving equipment.
Now, when it comes to the mother-baby unit, it's a 130-bed capacity unit. Ideally, whenever a newborn comes in, the newborn should be monitored for oxygen use. So the baby should be on a monitor. Unfortunately, as at now, we have less than 20 monitors.
Grateful to you for choosing the Channel 1 Newsroom. Now we begin with some unfortunate news coming from the Upper East region because a third-year student of Bawku Senior High School has been shot dead on campus by unknown assailants. According to Channel 1 news sources, the incident occurred around 8:30 p.m. on Saturday, July 26, when the assailants reportedly scaled the school's perimeter wall, entering the dormitory and forcibly dragging the student outside before shooting him in what appears to be a targeted attack. In a similar development, 2 students of Nalerugu Senior High School in the Northeast region were also reportedly shot and killed by unknown assailants on the school's premises that same night, Saturday, July 26. The following report sheds more light on both incidents and the government's response.
The latest shooting incident, which has claimed the life of a third-year student of Bawku Senior High School, adds to the numerous lives that have been lost in the Bawku area recently. It is not clear if this incident is connected to the Bawku conflict. Brother of the deceased, Tahiru Kundima, has described the deep sorrow the family is experiencing following the tragic loss of their relative.
In fact, it is very, very disheartening, very sad to the whole family. All the Kundima family are mourning since last night. It is a very sad news to all Kundima family, to all the Mosi community as a whole. We believe that it is linked to the Bawku conflict. We are Mosis, we are not even Mamputsis. So therefore, if you are fighting Mamputsis, you don't attack other ethnic groups who are within the township. So these are innocent people that are being killed, especially a student. So these are some of the things that made the conflict to be escalating all the time, because you push other tribes to also get involved in the conflict.
He also called for justice and urged the government to intensify the efforts at finding a lasting solution to the disturbances in the region.
Governments should do something about the happiness in Bawku, because we are not seeing action from the state. The state allows the citizen to continue engaged in the conflict, and we don't see any intervention from the state. Apart from the mediation from the Asantehene is doing the mediation. But what role is the government doing? The government has a lot of work to do. We need law enforcement. The law enforcement, Bawku is part of Ghana, so people cannot be allowed to do anything that they want. The law must deal with people, the bandits, who don't want Bawku to be peaceful.
The Bawku Municipal Education Directorate has since shut down the school until further notice. Municipal Director Isaac Agbako announced the closure, citing safety concerns for both students and staff.
And we have decided to give the school a temporary break so that we'll go back to our various homes, to our families. So the school is going to be on break, a temporary break for you to join your parents. And at the right time, management will communicate back to you. We are most concerned about the final year students who have just about a week to start their exams. When the break is given, we'll first and foremost call the final year students back. Then it will be followed with the Form 2s and then the Form 1s who are here. And I think that is the best decision for now. If all of us should return back to our parents, we can put their hearts and minds at rest. But if we continue to keep all of you here, the number of calls your parents will be calling to find out what is happening. We want to assure your parents that all of you are safe.
In response, the government has revised its strategy by tightening curfews and reinforcing security measures to maintain order. According to a statement on the incident signed by the Minister of State in charge of Government Communications, Felix Kwachofosu, the government of Ghana is stepping up its approach from peacekeeping to peace enforcement in Bawku and other affected areas due to the recent escalation of violence which could derail the peace-building process. The Ghana Armed Forces have been deployed to maintain law and order as we intensify curfews to ensure public safety. We assure the public that the Ghana Armed Forces will take all necessary measures to protect lives and property. Residents are advised to fully cooperate with the Ghana Armed Forces to ensure peace. In Nalerugu, 2 students of Nalerugu Senior High School were also reported dead after being shot by unknown attackers on campus that same Saturday night. While details remain unclear, local sources suspect a possible connection to the ongoing Bawku tribal conflict.
Now, joining us via telephone is Member of Parliament for Nalerugu, Mohammed Mumuni Nuruddin, who is also a member of Parliament Defence and Interior Committee. Grateful to you, Honourable, for joining us. We know the government has reviewed curfews in some constituencies, including yours. What is the general mood in Nalerugu at the moment, especially with the new restrictions and heightened security presence?
Thank you very much, my brother, and good evening to your cherished viewers and listeners. I will first of all want to say a very good evening to the people of Nalerugu Gamba constituency. They are the people who made me who I am today as the MP for Nalerugu Gamba constituency.
All right.
And if you look at the curfew that they imposed this afternoon, I can tell you on authority, some are observing the curfew in Nalerugu and Gambaga and other places, but unfortunately, it's not everybody who is observing the curfew right now because the people are not happy, the people are disappointed, the people think that the imposition of curfew on them is unjustifiable and is unacceptable. So some are not observing it as I speak now. And looking at the point of the security too, it's like the security themselves are not well prepared, and the leadership of the security agency, including the Interior Minister, it's like the imposition of the curfew was not a well-thought plan, so there is not proper coordination about this particular issue. Now,
please.
some are observing it, some are not observing the
But why would they not be happy about this when the constituency is proving to be unsafe for even students in their own schools getting shot?
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to also say that the incident that happened in Nalerugu Senior High School is barbaric, is unacceptable, is inhuman for someone to just go into a secondary school. These are kids to kill somebody just like that. It's unacceptable, and as an MP of the area, I condemn it 100%. And if I have the opportunity and I can go after the people who did this inhuman act, I will arrest them myself and hand them over to the security agency. It's unacceptable. But if not because of that incident that happened in Nalerugu Senior High School, the people of Nalerugu and Gambaga and surrounding community were living very peacefully.
Okay.
And you realize that since the start of this conflict this year, it has not really spread to Nalerugu Gambaga constituency. There are a lot of Kusasi people in Nalerugu Gambaga constituency, and we are living very peacefully and happily. And this incident that happened in Nalerugu Senior High School, it called for investigation, and the security agency has to be on top of the issue and make sure that they bring the perpetrators to book. And my brother, you also realize that some of these things, the day before yesterday, same incident happened in Bawku Senior High School. That is why the minister is closing down Bawku Senior, has directed that they should close down Bawku Senior High School and Nalerugu Senior High School. So some of these things, it has some kind of leakage with each other.
Okay.
And I think that the security agencies should be on top of this issue and make sure that the incident that happened in Bawku leading to the killing of one person and wounding another person be brought to book. At the same time, the similar incident that happened in Nalerugu Gambaga constituency, that is Nalerugu Senior High School, to be investigated and the perpetrator will be brought to book.
So you are asserting that this Nalerugu incident is connected to the conflict in Bawku?
You see, these days, because of the way get killing is happening, sometimes criminals and enemies of people can also hide under the ambit of this conflict to cause some of these unhealthy crimes, you understand? So I can just say that it's connected, but the security agencies will be the best people to investigate and come out with the appropriate connection of these issues.
What do you make of the government's response so far with the deployment of security to the area?
My brother, it's not encouraging. It's not encouraging. I think as a country, but the Bawku issue has been with us for over 70 years now, and up to date, the security agencies cannot just put an end to this Bawku incident. You know, the incident is in twofold. We have the chieftaincy issue, and we also have criminal aspect of it. And the criminal aspect of it that I expect the security to be on top of the issue. What is the criminal aspect of it? People, shooting on escort cars, people shooting on buses in Tamale Wale Road and Bolga, people shooting on buses, Bawku and Bolga Road. That is the criminal aspect of it that the security agencies by now should bring an end to this stupid act by people. So I'm not so much happy the way and manner the issue is going, and I think that the security has to do more to bring these criminals to book.
Finally, Honorable, before you go, what are the conversations currently ongoing at the Defense and Interior Committee about this particular issue?
Thank you very much. I must use this opportunity to thank leadership of the committee, that is Honorable J.S. Agaga and his deputy, and also the ranking member, Reverend Ntim Fojo, and all the members of Interior and Defense Committee. We are doing our possible best. We are doing our best. I've never seen a committee work day and night with the security agencies and the Minister of Interior and the Minister of Defense to get an end to this Bawku crisis. And a lot of things have been discussed at the committee level. But some of these things are security issues that we can't discuss on air. So for now, I will leave the aspect of the Defense and Interior Committee discussion out of air.
Grateful to you, Member of Parliament for Nalerugu Gambaga, the Honorable Mohammed Nuruddin. Let's just stay with this subject and speak to the Dean and Director of Academic Affairs at the Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Dr. Vladimir Chudanso, on this recent development in Bawku. Dr. Danso, individuals familiar with this long-standing Bawku conflict believe that recent incidents such as the shootings in Aswasi, Nalerugu Senior High School and Bawku SHS may be directly linked to this very conflict. In your view, is there sufficient evidence to draw such a connection?
Let me, first of all, thank you for having me. Let me correct an impression. No longer the Dean and Director of Academic Affairs of the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College.
Okay, sir.
I think your media houses have published already that I'm retired and no longer the Dean. So don't refer to me as the Dean anymore.
All right.
Right. Yeah, now to your question. Of course, when conflict is not properly resolved or properly managed, it creates its own levers and generates its own links. So there is the possibility that most of these murders are linked, but then I particularly don't have any evidence. In the Dagon crisis, we have evidence about the shootings in Accra, the timber market, and et cetera, et cetera. You saw the two gates engaging themselves in those areas. And in such conflict as we are having in Bawku, there is the possibility that Usasis and Mampusis elsewhere would engage themselves and might seem not unrelated, but may be unrelated. There is that possibility that they are related, but I don't have any evidence. I think the best evidence will come from the police, where it may be established that some innocuous situation led to a Mampusi shooting a Kusasi or the vice versa. So I don't have that evidence. And even though they may be related, I can't be emphatic.
Okay. But if it is established that they are related, what do you think could be the factors driving this expansion into other areas?
Oh, conflict metamorphoses into several other things. It may start from somewhere, but then it escalates because it has not been resolved. And this is an ethnic conflict. So Mampusis in Accra will never like Kusasis in Accra.
Okay.
Unless there is evidence that they are jaw-jawing because they may be elite. So I won't be surprised if they are closely related because it has just traveled a certain distance.
All right, so I mean, over the years, the state's response has been to increase security and curfews and all of these things. But do you think that this strategy has lost its effectiveness because it doesn't seem to have worked?
It is good that we have some forward presence, at least to calm situations over there and make people be afraid of wanting to vent out and come out to fight the other. But that's not enough. Suppression of conflict is not enough. It's just a stopgap military presence. We had Operation Gong Gong since 1980-something, 9 or so, or 92. And still the problems over there in the Operation Gong Gong are still there. So military presence, police presence in their numbers would not solve the problem. There are several pillars propping up the conflict. It could be the history which has not been properly related, and we are adding on and twisting history. It may be the media, the way we handle it. It may be the people themselves, intra-community miscommunication. It could be politics. In the Bawku case, politics is one of the greatest beams supporting the conflict. So until you remove these props one by one for the conflict triangle to fall, you have done nothing. So using the military often is only a stopgap.
Okay. Now, we know the Asantehene is also leading the mediation efforts. Some people have welcomed the Asantehene leading this effort, but do you suggest that there could be other means of solving this, any alternative means that we can also deploy to resolve this matter?
Multiple angular resolution to a conflict like the one we are having today is not advisable.
Okay.
Because you need to do conflict analysis and enter the conflict at the appropriate time and appropriate position. If the Asantehene has started something and another process takes place without reference to the Asantehene's modus operandi, we're going to muddy up the waters and even exacerbate the conflict. So I believe what the Asantehene has started, we must understand him, help him where it's possible. Other than that, any other process can bring about the conflict will that rather blow out. Because even in negotiation, how to enter, who to talk to, and when to talk is very important.
Okay.
If a Asantehene is doing something and another person, you call, say, Ibn Chambers, who is so popular and very good diplomat, to start from somewhere, he may go and start talking to the Kusasis. The Mampusis will start a bigger problem because they wouldn't understand Chambers. You know, that's the typical example of when conflict is on and you want to enter, you got to be very careful the steps you take, when and how.
All right. I'm grateful to you, Sam. Dr. Vladimir Nchidanso is a former Dean and Director of Academic Affairs at the Armed Forces Command and Staff College. He's also an international relations expert. So let's still stay with conflict because tension is brewing in the mining town of Tontokrom in the Amansia South district of the Ashanti region as a long-standing dispute between the community and Asanko gold mines over mining concessions deepens. Confrontation between security forces and locals has often turned bloody as Asanko gold mines accused community members of invading their concessions, a claim the locals dispute. Channel 1 News' Middle Belt Bureau Chief Hafiz Tijani has more.
Tontokrom, located in the Amansia South district in the Ashanti region, is a community with vibrant youth without decent jobs. The rising unemployment in the community has pushed about 90% of the young people into illegal mining activities and other social vices. For Musa Adams, mining is more than a livelihood for the teeming unemployed youth in this area.
Currently, the youth working on the land is almost 1,800 plus people are working there. It's not only this community people are working. The environment, the area, the communities that are close to us, all of them are working here. So the youth engaged in the site there or working there there are a lot of people working there. And if you sight around this area, you could see a story building and a whole lot of this heavy mountain in this community.
The youth for the past years have been battling with Asanko mines, who have been accusing locals of invading their legally acquired concessions. In 2024, a clash between residents of the area and private security personnel deployed to safeguard Asanko Gold Mines Limited's concession left 3 individuals dead. The locals are raising fresh concerns of military deployment into the area by the mining company as they warn they will resist any such operation. Residents and opinion leaders have called on President John Dramani Mahama and the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II to intervene and ensure a lasting solution to what they say is unwarranted brutality on locals.
This is programming to Pupi Jamfia Bresso and almost ya Bepomane. There can be our Montiasi. And not the higher Cassicra Muslim said the beyond person Mobahabia, one with the soldier and the police. I know Yantiasi. I don't think I might fight and central for the Omabase. Omuntia Sam, Nomun Fanco Hita Mansama, Namansan Kabimai. Secrono, and I'm on Betty Chrono. 1 month fed to Niasikan and a assassin. Assassin and I'm one about it and Mumunya. And Tiabase, you are president. You are Utumfo. Omunya Fear 94. No many crones you my. Niakasa Sanko made 2 cronon free and qua. And what?
For the youth in this community, The government should provide sustainable mining avenues for them. Amansia South District Security Council has intervened in the matter as part of efforts to avert a possible violent clash in the area. The Security Council recently met the parties in the matter as it takes steps to restore the long-standing issue. Officials of Asanko Gold Mines had assured of a response when Channel 1 News reached out to them for a reaction, but subsequent efforts to reach the company for a response failed.
Opinion leaders and residents of Tontokrom are calling on the government to intervene to address the long-standing tension between the community and Asanko Mines Limited. The residents are also calling on the government to provide sustainable mining avenues for the teeming youth in this community. Hafiz Tijani, Channel 1 News.
You are still watching the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Still to come. Daddy Lumba's death sent shockwaves through the Asane family at Insuta Amangwase, while his management says it has received assurances from the presidency for a befitting burial. We have details in a bit. Please don't go away.
DSTV means choosing.
Amazing acting.
Face branding while streaming.
Front row at the gaming and super fanning while on the going. Winning! Binging and blockbustering. While others are white ricing, you're jolloffing.
This looks so good.
With something for everyone. Anything is possible when you're DSTVing. Start today with all sorts of packages to match your...
Drowning in deadlines, data running wild. Let's fix this together. Join the evolution. Join the sharpest minds in HR at the HR Connect Conference 2025 on August 8th at the Marvin Peak Hotel, Accra, under the theme Empowering HR Excellence, Leveraging Data, Resilience, and Wellness for a Thriving Workplace. It's not just another conference. It's strategy, tech, wellness, and a few smart laughs too. Panels, keynotes, real talk, and real solutions. Let's lead, connect, and transform the way we work. For further inquiries and bookings, please call on 0541 222 365 to secure your seat. HR Connect Conference 2025. Lead, connect, transform.
Welcome back. This is the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Now, more stories. Management of the late high-life musician Charles Kojefosu, widely known as Daddy Lumba, says although the president is yet to be officially informed about Lumba's demise, it has received assurances from the presidency to provide a befitting burial for the music icon. This comes amid growing calls for a state burial for him over his remarkable legacy in the Ghanaian music and creative arts space. Daddy Lumba died at the age of 60 on Saturday, July 26, while on admission at the Bank Hospital in Accra. Channel 1 News' Fauzima Sodu was at the commiseration ceremony at Lumba's residence and reports.
The death of Ghanaian music icon Charles Kojefosu, popularly known as Daddy Lumba, has been met with widespread tributes from industry players, politicians, and a section of Ghanaians and music lovers worldwide. Personalities including celebrated singer Kojo Intri, Presidential Advisor on Diaspora Affairs Kofi Otredako, actor Frederick Niama, politicians and other notable figures paid a commiseration visit to Lumba's family on Sunday, July 27. For Kojo Intri, Daddy Lumba was more than just a friend. He called him a brother.
What about Lumba would you miss the most as a friend and a brother?
Hey, I cannot speak about Lumba
I mean, you understand what I'm saying? He's a brother. My brother said it. He's a brother. So I had to be here. It's been said over and over. It's been said that, oh, I'm not here. Something has happened to me. Oh, we had to be here. The confirmation is here. So, I mean, what we can do is help mourn him, but his message and his voice stays alive with us.
Lumba's management say they are yet to communicate his demise officially to the president, pending arrangements by the family.
We're waiting for the family to know the way forward so that officially we can inform the general public as at when maybe the 1 week observation will, take place. Yeah, and officially we will inform Ghanaians about the demise of the legend Charles K. Lumba. Yeah.
His lead manager, Philip Apiakobi, known in showbiz circles as Roman Father, however, indicated assurances from the presidency to provide Lumba a befitting burial.
We've gotten a positive feedback from the presidency, which I know that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will do what as people are requesting with regards to the giving him a befitting burial. I know that His Excellency will do that. Yeah. There was this, if you recall, on the 1st of July, there was this event that took place. Senior citizens that my boss was being invited by His Excellency. It's everywhere. So I know the kind of love that the current president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has for the creative industry and the kind of relationship that he has with Daddy Lumba.
Daddy Lumba was a relative to some, a friend to many, but most importantly, an asset to the nation. For Ghanaians and music lovers worldwide, his demise should largely be hinged on the need to protect his legacy. Reporting for Channel One News, Fauzuma Saudu, Accra.
Well, now Lumba's passing has sent shockwaves through the Asene family at Nsuta, Amangwase, and across the entire nation. The music icon, who passed on Saturday, has been mourned widely, with tributes pouring in from far and near. Many have described his death as a significant loss to the Ghanaian music industry. Channel One News' Bright Eboa has more in this report.
Charles Kojofosu, popularly known as Daddy Lumba or DL, was a legendary Ghanaian musician celebrated for his immense talent as a singer, composer, songwriter, producer, and recording artist. His music career spanned over 3 decades and was widely regarded as one of the greatest and most influential figures in Ghana's music history. He was 60 years old at his time of demise. Yesterday, July 26, 2025, happened to be a gloomy day for the entire country. Unfortunately, we heard the demise of one popular singer, many who described him as a musical legend. This happens to be the very house Charles Kojofosu, Daddy Lumba, was born. He was raised here by his father, Johnson Kojofosu, until he left here at a tender age to Chebi, which all happens to be in the Setre Central District of the Ashanti region. We are here to understand what the family makes of his demise.
Se yabano yen kan bi nhyiemu yen te ne yade yen te bibia na prekope de bete ani se wafiri musa na abusua ne no a yewrehuyi ema yeti nisuo
Osha kakra na mtumi sha by ne omu nyina na nedo efro abudim ne nedo ana ne hu ani kapa yekofuma wasisa nkunku odi ebonyu ni akotana na chi no obonyu ni wonde ate asenfo ate yensu koso yensu se me blan me ba no obe wusesi ti ya pa ya by na ye nyini se wewu.
This chips compound was built and commissioned by Charles Kojofosu and his father's owner, Johnson Kojofosu. With this, residents and the families say it is a big blow to them.
Any clinic, Nti tem bia oba ha na hunu a. Adan de na mayi kusie. Wo si kusie. Ne jagia. Wo si kusie de pendeke o wa krantia. Adam si ewurade Lumba. Ka unya krantia Adam si ude bia krantia de kusie ne wo.
Na da wuluma. Waye bia maye. Enkamina mu wi sese ye me kodokuta. Mefa kwa wosu a kosi nkwanta no so na manante. Na me kwato nsu ansa na menyaduro. Ena nso na da wuluma me fra sori be me se me kodokuta. Me ko wuram ha me ahwe me. Enso hwede waye ye. Ti nyame fa ne kransie me de me ma hwe ye me se wonwu. Eso awudi a urade me fa ne kransie maye.
Daddy Lumba launched his solo career in 1990 with the release of his debut album, Obi Atemesobo, which received widespread acclaim and featured hits like the title track and Theresa, a tribute to his former lover. He had 33 albums, cementing his legacy with timeless classics such as Sikasem, Abenwaha, Ohochire, Awosuo, Give Peace a Chance, and Ahemfochiniye. His most recent album, Ofun Na Edi Asemfun, was released in December 2022.
Behind me is a group they describe themselves as Asukwa Men's Club. They are here reminiscing on the musical legacies of Charles Kojofosu. To them, this is a big blow to all music lovers.
If you say no more bomber and anyam ketwa, Madame would be 2 way by February in a Luman Mompe. But to Kofa Baba will be a Baba one Boluman Mamma is a revenue. Come on, look at 2 binti. I read the case here.
And rather, my dear, of the Frank is a Lumba there. And now I'm never there, but I'm not. Oh, exactly. And now my bath the whole day. I'm feeling Mr. I'm a trip. Lumba Wunia.
Lumba Wunia. Sebe, wow, Betty, I know you are not just a winning. You are a music god. Was more G. It's a legend there, no. Sebe, the seas on our Isusa, my Yababe Tinum, Yatinum, no one yet, Yadenama, Yadeboyabra, a foot the GNE, a foot frame, or what me so it's in your literature. And you know, Lumba winning the Harina.
His musical journey has touched the lives of many and will continue to inspire many who are yet to come. For Channel 1 News, I am Bright Yeboah.
Lumba's soul rests in perfect peace. His music, though, will continue to live on forever. Now, let's talk about roads, because road markings play a crucial role in ensuring road safety and efficient traffic flow. They provide visual guidance to drivers, helping them navigate roads safely and efficiently. Unfortunately, road markings on most roads in the Bono region are faded, posing danger to drivers and pedestrians. According to the Sunyani branch chairman of the transport group Protua, Alhaji Sumaila Ishahaku, drivers and pedestrians are calling for improved road markings on the region's roads. Channel 1 News' Michael Saponfum takes a look at the situation in this report.
Lane markings also encourage drivers to stay in their designated lanes, especially at night, promoting safe driving practices. Reflective road markings improve visibility at night or in low light conditions, reducing the risk of accidents. Apart from these, they also help pedestrians on how to use the road, especially where to cross roads, among others. Unfortunately, the story is different in the Bono region, starting from its regional capital, Sunyani, to other parts of the region. In the Sunyani township, most of the roads do not have road markings, and the few ones that were available, including zebra crossing markings, have all faded, putting lives of pedestrians in danger. Traveling at night on the roads in the Bono region is becoming dangerous. Some pedestrians have this to say on the issue.
For instance, when it is raining, it's very difficult to drive through the rains without the markings, and at night too, it's very difficult because when you see the markings, even if you are skipping off the road, you'll be able to know because the markings of the white is at the edges of the road. But now it is not there. So driving in Sunyani is becoming a little bit dangerous. I think that the Ministry of Road and Highways or the DVLA should do something about it, because you cannot drive through the streets without markings.
I would say I'm very worried because when there are no road markings, it poses threat to even school children. If you watch here, there's no zebra crossing and any markings.
Some of the drivers also have this to say.
We are very much worried because we are facing problems with it, especially when it is raining and when the night comes. We find it difficult to drive, especially when we are meeting a car. The oncoming car might be driving on a highlight. If there is a marking, you easy, but because the markings are fade out, we find it very difficult to pass by ourselves. It is making our driving very difficult for us in the rainy season and during the night.
The road marking also I wouldn't carve this around because the way time zebra crossing there be any time no road marking.
The chairman of the senior branch of the transport group, Protwa, Alhaji Sumala Isaku, also added his voice on the need for road markings in the Bunu region.
Osha Ankanin from years back now. Osha Nasunyani, the roads from Kumasi to Doma. Kasajan, yes, now I'm saying road markings no opa. Na road signs is Susune or Kwamuna. But Osha, she's in a bear, 10 years in the road markings in our paper. And a mutton be any problem, a accident to more is in years. I say, our officer, drivers no qua, a young nobody sub problem a prayer. And yes, we are quite assemblies here, no Musha, recently for the shah, Timbia, Nana, Yakasadam.
Efforts to speak to Ghana Highways and the Department of Urban Roads for their comment on the issue were unsuccessful. Pedestrians and drivers in the Bunu region are calling for improved road markings to help reduce road crashes. For Channel 1 News, I am Michael Saponinfum.
Now, this is still the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still ahead. Caring for newborns grows increasingly difficult at Konfanochi Teaching Hospital as its NICU faces severe shortage of essential life-saving equipment. We'll be back with details in a bit. Please stay with us.
Me pay so dear be jame sister me dad dear be chibia na me amshishimi akuna ida me many tea o some me saka me se me ida so te sika se dia so demo hwe juju so wo mo bag de ho dia me ba bi free so wo hwe bag na ma wo na me hwe wow se me nya kwanfo bi na na mo sole o
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy, chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm your rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Thank you for staying with us. Now let's go back to the Ashanti region where caring for newborns, particularly preterm babies and those in critical condition has become increasingly challenging at the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital. The hospital's neonatal intensive care unit is grappling with a severe shortage of essential and life-saving equipment, putting countless fragile lives at stake. Channel 1 News' Ashanti Regional Correspondent Doris Lonta reports.
Neonatal Intensive Care Unit of the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital, one of Ghana's leading referral centers, serving 12 out of the country's 16 regions, admit over 100 preterm and critically ill newborns every month. But despite the high demand and the fragile condition of these babies, the unit is battling a critical shortfall. Vital equipment, including patient monitors and breathing machines, is in short supply. Even routine screening for conditions like retinopathy, a preventable disease that can lead to permanent blindness, remains a challenge. The lack of equipment not only impedes emergency care but also limits timely interventions essential for survival and long-term health.
Now, when it comes to the mother-baby unit, it's a 130-bed capacity unit. Ideally, whenever a newborn comes in, the newborn should be monitored for oxygen use. So the baby should be on a monitor. Unfortunately, as at now, we have less than 20 monitors. Okay, so if you have over 100 babies on admission, that means that you have to use your discretion, choose which one needs the monitoring the most. Okay, then you put the baby on the monitor. If for some reason you have a sicker baby coming in, then you'd have to take the monitor off that baby and give it to the sicker one.
In an effort to bridge the gap, the Africa Eye Imaging Center has partnered with Komfanochi Teaching Hospital for the past year. The collaboration has provided specialized tools to screen newborns for vision problems, allowing early detection and treatment of complications that might have otherwise resulted in blindness.
We have done more than 3,000 plus screenings from the time of inception. And out of these 3,000, we have also treated 25 plus, probably now going to about 30 babies who would have definitely gotten blind had it not been for this intervention. We also realized that one of the risk factors for they developing this condition is when they are that small, they are given oxygen. But the oxygen that they are given is usually what you call 100% oxygen. But you need they don't need 100% oxygen. So there are certain devices called oxygen blenders that helps to reduce the concentration of this oxygen to prevent them from developing this condition. And so that is why we also decided to go a step further, apart from screening, to donate these equipments that will reduce the concentration of the oxygen and then prevent them from developing retinopathy of prematurity.
In addition, the center, in partnership with the Zero Blind Babies Initiative, has donated critical medical equipment ranging from patient monitors to respiratory support systems and life-saving live box devices, helping to stabilize operations at the neonatal intensive care unit and improve outcomes for at-risk infants. Africa Eye Imaging Center has pledged its commitment to supporting hospitals in improving the health and vision of newborn babies. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Doris Lonta, Ashanti Region.
Now, neonatal jaundice remains a major global health concern, especially in low and middle-income countries. The World Health Organization estimates that around 1.1 million infants are affected by the condition annually, contributing significantly to neonatal deaths, particularly in Africa and Southeast Asia. But in the Bono region, the HD hospital in Sunyani has recorded a remarkable achievement: 9 consecutive years without a single neonatal jaundice-related death. Hospital officials attribute this milestone to effective interventions and sustained efforts to enhance newborn care. Channel 1 News' Michael Sapoinfum has more in this report.
Neonatal jaundice is a condition where a newborn's skin and eyes appear yellow due to elevated levels of bilirubin, a pigment released during the natural breakdown of red blood cells. While the condition is common, if left untreated, it can lead to serious complications or death. But at the SDA hospital in Sunyani, the story is different. For nearly a decade, the facility has reported 0 deaths linked to neonatal jaundice. Edith Nataenate, nurse in charge at the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit, attributes the success to a combination of early detection, prompt treatment, staff training, and parental education.
We re-echo the causes and the symptoms of neonatal jaundice to our new mothers. And if there is a need to admit any of these babies because of jaundice, they are admitted and they treated if they have jaundice. And if they don't have jaundice before they are discharged, the mothers are encouraged to always bring their babies out in the morning and in the evening to assess them whether they have jaundice, and told to bring the babies back to the facility anytime they identify their babies have jaundice. So, and this is what we have been doing over the years. Initially, we were not having a phototherapy with a high intensity. So anytime we identify babies with jaundice with high levels of bilirubin, they are referred to a higher facility. But thanks be to God, our facility has procured a phototherapy machine with higher intensity. So we no more refer babies with jaundice to any facility. We treat them here in our facility.
She emphasized the importance of exclusive early breastfeeding as one of the most effective ways to prevent the condition.
The parents, we tell them they should breastfeed their babies regularly. So as the babies pass urine and poo-poo, the yellow that we see on their body and the eye is excreted through the urine and the stool. So we tell them to breastfeed their babies regularly, which will help to reduce the risk of the babies getting jaundice.
Meanwhile, a mother and an expectant mother shared their thoughts on the awareness and guidance they've received from the hospital on neonatal jaundice.
Show yellow to who said sentence now and Tanafi, a sentence per Musanadeba, Nafi, I said, a was so, a bill high was 3 was soil form, and for Marshall's there, I did not to machine, a year Juma, I'm
Pacho, your bant and ta, or much I said, so, oh, we now do a friend coffee. Na be a who said, Nanny other year. And I send in some Ayera, Obedu to me, Canada, the hospital. I'm a doctor, Shenama.
The management at the NICU department at the SE hospital here in Sunyani has indicated that it will continue to implement measures that will ensure that babies that come to this facility do not die from neonatal jaundice. From the SE hospital here in Sunyani, I am Michael Saponinfum, Channel 1 News.
Now to education, where some stakeholders are urging the government to establish more artificial intelligence centers, equip students with essential IT skills, boost STEM education to enhance the country's education system. Now, these stakeholders believe that adapting to evolving technological trends and incorporating them into Ghana's education system is the way forward. There is more in this report.
As the world evolves with the advent of technology, many now regard artificial intelligence (AI) as a major field of study. In Ghana, the study of AI is gradually progressing. However, the number of centers to support the teaching and learning of AI remains inadequate. To address this, the Otumfuo Foundation, in collaboration with Newmont Africa, has signed a 3-year memorandum of understanding to establish 6 AI centers in the Ashanti region and other parts of the country at an estimated cost of 1,710,000 Ghana cedis. So far, 3 of the 6 centers have been established at Wioso, Kona, and Twase, all in the Ashanti region. Speaking to the media following the establishment of the centers, the Municipal Director of Education for Ichuma Wabija South, Nana Pokoa Bawku, appealed to the government to consider establishing more AI centers to transform education and empower students to become young entrepreneurs and inventors.
This AI program that's through Otumfuo Foundation we've had in this district is going to help the children a lot. One, when they graduate from JHS and they get to secondary schools, they can choose ICT as their course to study. And then when they move to tertiary too, they can do that. You know, the world has a lot of benefits from ICT. So starting from the basics here,
it will help the children to get the understanding very well.
She further appealed for support from other stakeholders.
Our district has 6 circuits, and this one is not, let me say, it will serve only 2 circuits because of proximity. So it's going to serve Tuanse and Nkaria circuit. So we will plead with other stakeholders and the government to come to our aid, and if we are so lucky to get one, then we'll take it to the other part of the municipality where it can serve the other 4 circuits as well.
The Paramount Chief of Esumeja and Vice Board Chair of the Otumfo Osei Tutu II Foundation, Nana Ochre Kusi Intrama, said the initiative is part of the Asantehene Otumfo Osei Tutu II's vision of ensuring that education reaches every person in Ghana. He therefore called on the government to prioritize proper research and stakeholder engagement to ensure the effective implementation of STEM education across the country.
The motivation stems from Otumfo Osei Tutu II vision to make sure education reaches every person in Ghana. It doesn't matter your color, your creed, but to get good and quality education. I believe every policy that government is doing, especially with getting the STEM education on track, is to make sure that the relevant people are consulted, one, and then also be able to bring people together.
Well, this is where we draw the curtains on this edition of the Channel One Newsroom here on Channel One TV. Do visit our website, channel1newsonline.com, for more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel One TV. I'm Charles Osukumi. Thank you for watching.